Breaking news, we now know new details in the tragic passing of Ashlee Janae. Ashlee,
men are obsessed with seeing black women struggle. They do not feel like you're worthy or that you are worth anything until you struggle, because they have seen their black mothers struggle for their entire lives.
I ain't trying to be funny, I swear I ain't. White men do not know how to break up with nobody. Either you gonna come up missing or you gonna come up gone. You gotta break up with them in church or something.
It was a case that sparked outrage. A young father.
A woman, someone's sister, someone's friend, someone's aunt, and most importantly, someone's daughter, I will say her name, Ashlee Robinson, passes away from tragic and unclear circumstances. And within hours, the internet somehow decides to turn it into a race war.
I ain't trying to be funny, I swear I ain't. But white men do not know how to break up with nobody. Either you gonna come up missing or you gonna come up gone. You gotta break up with them in church or something, at the house of the Lord. Don't you try to break up with no white man on vacation, at home. You gotta break up with them at a family reunion or at Disney World in front of everybody. They definitely don't know how to break up with no black woman. They get all that good black and then you try to leave them. You done invited them to the cookhouse. They got to enjoy all of the black shit that we offer. They season their food all good. They licking their fingers. I ain't finna let you leave them, not without a fight. And when you break up with them, make it a clean cut. Don't be trying to go back to the house where I forgot my toothbrush. That ain't just interracial with white men. They doing it to the white women too. White men break up with women like lesbians break up with women. They gonna you, fight you, stump you, whatever they got to do to make my breathe. And I ain't trying to be funny. I'm serious. Look it up. Look up the statistics. I ain't saying don't date them. I'm just saying don't break up with them. You got to be with them for life. Or break up with them at church. On Easter Sunday where everybody there. Ain't one doubt in my mind that man had something to do with that beautiful young lady's Tanzania.
Not a conversation about relationships. Not a conversation about surfeit, a competition. It is black men versus white men. It is black women versus everyone. And somehow the actual issue gets completely lost. Now, there is a case circulating online right now. Details are still unclear. People are speculating, and like always, everyone has already picked a side. I'm not here to tell you what happened because the truth is none of us fully know yet. But what is clear is how people are reacting. And the reaction says a lot more about us than it does the issue itself. Because instead of slowing down, the internet did what it always does. It split into teams.
My money is still on the husband, and not because he's, but because this was her birthday trip. She went and got a new wig, got her lashes did, nails did, toes did, picked out outfits, and created an itinerary for her birthday. She had no idea that this man was going to propose to her in such a beautiful place.
One side saying, this is why you shouldn't date outside of your race, and another side saying, this is why you should. And now it's not even about a person anymore. It's about proving a point. Everybody is projecting. Everyone is generalizing. Everyone is actually trying to win an argument instead of understanding a situation. And when that happens, reality gets placed with narratives. What's getting lost in this conversation is something way bigger, because violence is real in relationships. And sadly, it doesn't belong to one gender, neither does it belong to one race or one type of couple. Now, the issue of women losing their lives in the hands of men is one that has been going on for quite some time. And I've seen a lot of activists coming in the open to talk about this. But sadly enough, when something happens outside of a particular race, that's when it's amplified and people start to play the blame game. And that is a dangerous game. Because when you turn real issues into team debates, you stop looking for the truth and you start looking for validation. And a tragedy is certainly not the time nor the place to get validation. The amount of disgusting things that I've heard human beings spew over this woman, you would swear the world is coming to an end. Because regardless of how one group may feel disrespected by the other group, allow me to be delusional enough to believe that humanity still exists amongst us. Where I come from, the passing away of someone is never the correct moment in time to put out your grievances.
You're gonna get her disrespected.
You already
You
disrespected
said
her.
crazy. You said crazy shit, bro.
Right. You
Straight
already
up.
disrespected her.
No,
That's why
I
I
just
called you
gave my
weird.
opinion. Listen, y'all got mad because I said I have no sympathy
You
for
just
her.
said people have to
No,
watch how
you
they
didn't.
speak.
That's
That
not
means you
why
need to
I'm
watch how
mad,
you
Rob.
speak
Hey,
when
What are you
somebody just
talking
passed
about,
away
I
and
ain't
you
bro?
gonna
want
lie.
to
You
hurt
be
them.
sound like
That's
you
what
be
I
trying to make
said.
people sound like they delusional. Don't you
I
clearly
said
just
I
came
had
on
no
the stage and said
sympathy.
And we
you
don't
don't
know
give a
what
fuck
your
about
Yeah.
her.
Y'all, I want to make a video about the Ashlee case, the young lady that passed away in Zanzibar while on vacation with her fiance. I spoke about this on my live, but I just find this photo to be such a juxtaposition because two things of contrasting ideas are in one picture. You are sitting in a Lamborghini, making sure your photo op displays the head seat, with the Lamborghini sign on it, right? That's a show of wealth. Hey, look what car I'm in. Girls do it in a Rolls Royce, Lamborghini, whatever. But then on the bottom of the same image is a GoFundMe. Doesn't make sense at all. This is what happens when you glorify the wrong shit. This lady did not deserve what happened to her, and she was absolutely stunning and too beautiful for him. But can we talk about why we keep glorifying old white men? Why are we glorifying this hard wig, soft life movement? Do we know that most of those girls, the hard wig, soft life, very dark-skinned, petite women, those are actually, and they're dating those European old men, are actually young ladies from Africa, typically, right? Not saying all African women are poor, but typically young African women of poverty-stricken backgrounds who's willing to do some godforsaken things in the bedroom just to make it out of their situation. And, they dress it up as being hard wig, soft life, when actually you're trading your morals, your values, your body. It's just for what? A Chanel unboxing? To sit in a Lamborghini and take a picture with the with the headrest behind you? I think as sad as the situation is, the glorification of old white men and their perceived money that they have will knock down the guard and make some very obvious red flags look green, because you want to impress the internet, because you have something to prove to the internet, because we've become so transactional. You're not even sitting on vacation as beautiful as you are with a man that you like, because you don't like him. Yes, I heard he was worth 45 million. Wonderful. He still looks like a serial unaliver. Doesn't matter. I looked at him immediately and I said, yeah, I don't know. I feel like because we glorify this 304 and borderline culture, that is making girls not realize the dangers that they're putting themselves in for the sake of being able to unbox a Chanel or to show wires of what money they got from a man. When did the world become so trifling? When did the world become that materialistic, that shallow, that disgusting? Yes, it's nice to receive Chanel or Hermes or whatever from a guy. Gifts are wonderful. But once you start trading in your morals or values and overlooking obvious safety concerns because you want to impress the freaking internet with this hard wig, soft life bullshit, this is the shit that happens. And I'm going to be the bad guy to speak on it because I see this shit way too often. Literally, for example, I went to Jamaica last year and I had a one-night stand with one of the resort workers. Great time. We were drunk. Stella got her groove back. Jamaica at the time. I had several delusional women ask me, oh my God, a resort worker? Well, did he even give you a free room? Did he give you money? Blah, blah, blah. Do we live in a transactional damn world? Did I say I was selling cat? No. How about I just liked him? I was feeling him. He's cute. On vacation. One night only, I'm from out of town. Was I sitting here like, oh my God, I better be the owner of this resort after we have sex? I'm not a prostitute. Can't do things for feelings and emotions. How about we get back to that?
A lot of you are going to hate me for this post, but you know me, I have to do it. This is a lady named Ashlee Janae. 50 posts, 70,000 followers, and she's following 1,000 people. Do you know what she built her platform off of? Get you a white man, black man ain't shit. That's what she's built her whole platform. Here she is in a comment. Oh brother, I see 305 in your bio. Let's talk about all the Miami men. Not white. Yeah, women still. Or is it too touchy? Go live your life while I live mine. Somebody was telling her, hey man, leave that white man alone. He gonna you. So she responded with, black men their wives. Go live your wife. Let me live mine. Look at the comment. What a dummy. He will kill one the slave owner. I don't know what that means. Black woman in there. Oh my God, happy for you. And then someone asked, why do black women always talk about black men when they date white women, but she gets all the love for dating a white man? Guess it's no double standard. Of course. See, black men are not supposed to date. Black men are our job is to be there when the white men are done with them. They need us to come and save them because they're black queens. Again, this is her profile. Go check it out. Ashlee Janae. Here's another one. He's going to harm you. Get out. She ignored it. Looking beautiful. She goes, thank you, babe. I got my... Damn. Until you go to the stitch for this comment. There's so many. I just brought one. Just one. Every day black men wake up to find new ways to embarrass us. Well, you didn't know every day white men wake up to find new ways to kill your ass. Would you rather be embarrassed or...
Now, instead of just sensationalizing the passing away of another human being, I would like us to take this opportunity to have a deeper conversation. I am not saying that those who have their feelings hurt, specifically black men, should not feel the way they feel. I mean, tweets have resurfaced about Ashlee allegedly speaking down on, black men. And honestly, I do not condone such behavior. But do I think that this is the time and moment for us to turn around and start calling her names? Absolutely not. That in itself is regressive to what we are trying to achieve as a community, which is unity. Because when you try to express yourself emotionally amidst such a horrendous tragedy, of course, defense is bound to be on the ground. Now, instead of pointing fingers, let us talk about something uncomfortable. Let us talk about the genesis of all these problems that we're having. The idea that dating outside of your race is some form of upgrade or rather escape plan, that mindset didn't just come from nowhere. A lot of people grow up being showed a very specific image of what ideal love looks like. The prince, the fairy tale, the man who saves the day. And more often than not, that image does not look like them. And neither does it look like their brothers. Neither does it look like the friend next door that they go to school with. So over time, consciously or not, some people start associating better with different. And now, dating outside of your race doesn't just feel like a preference, it starts to feel like a step up. But there's a problem with that. You cannot fix internal beliefs with external choices. Changing who you date doesn't automatically change your outcomes. In summary, all I'm saying is that the lack of representation, whenever something positive is being shown to kids and young adults, is a contributing factor to what we begin to see when people yearn to date outside of their race. Now, I'm not here to fight with anyone. The moment you find yourself typing black women this, black men this, because on this channel, we are not here to fight. We are here to build community, to talk about the uncomfortable things that we sometimes are not able to discuss without getting our emotions involved. The last thing I want to see in the comment section is us blaming each other. And before you type anything disrespectful in the comment section, I would like to remind you that black man you're about to put in a bunch and say black men this and that, remember your father, remember your cousin, remember your brother. So each time you feel the nudge to type black women this, black men this, remember that you are bunching together even the people that are so dear to your heart. So let's not do that. Anyway, moving on. Now, this is where it gets worse, because some people don't just date outside their race. They build their entire personality around it. I'm not the one to say do not date outside of your race. I am pro advocate for go wherever you are respected. That goes for both men and women, by the way, because we're not going to sit on here and act like black men are the only people that have an issue with, black women dating outside of their race. I've also seen other black women saying that as soon as black men become successful, they turn around and choose, women that are not, of the same race. So that goes both ways, by the way. Now, back to building your entire personality and identity around who you date. That's when you see people now tearing their own, which is something that I'm never going to be able to understand, by the way. These men are like this. These women are like this. These ones are disrespectful. These ones are too argumentative. These ones are like, whenever I see someone generalizing, I don't feel the need to engage. Disrespect and generalizations. Every man is the same. Every black man is the same. Every black woman is the same. All this is being done to justify their personal choices. Of course, if they do say that I'm dating here because black men are like this, to them, that sounds like, they are valid for making that decision. But I am pro-advocate, like I told you, for date who you want. As long as you're not looking at the other ones that you're not dating as less than because you didn't choose them. But let's be honest. If you have to put down your own race to explain who you date, that is not preference. That is insecurity. Because real preference doesn't need an argument. It just exists. And this is the part that people do not want to hear. Who you date is your business. Interracial relationships are not the issue. The issue is when it becomes your personality, when it becomes your brand, your talking point, your way of proving something to the world. Because now you are not just in a relationship, you're performing being in a relationship. And a healthy relationship doesn't need a narrative to defend it. I do hope that as a community we learn grace. I hope that as a community we stop antagonizing each other. And when we address sensitive issues like femicide, let us not make it a race issue. Let's face it for what it is. Because after all, when you look at it, white men are committing these crimes as much as black men are also committing these crimes. So I don't understand the logic of making sure that whenever a black man has done something disgusting, instead of addressing that individual, you guys come together as a bunch to generalize and to push stereotypes. The same thing happens when a black woman falls victim to a disgusting white man. You guys turn the entire situation into a generalization. Now, all of a sudden, those that are in interracial relationships feel the need to come out here and defend themselves. And unfortunately, when people are defensive, they respond out of emotion, and those responses may in turn even become offensive to their fellow brethren. So I do hope that we take this as a learning cave and we stop generalizing and pushing stereotypes on one another. And that goes for both black women and black men, because we all do that and we know that. So I want to give you a task in the comment section. Let us talk about the issues surrounding interracial dating and marriages, and let's try to address those issues without generalizations. I am challenging you today to hop into the comment section, say something, and each time you catch yourself typing black man this, black woman this, take a pause and think, how can you express your point without pushing a stereotype, without generalizations, without being offensive to the other group? Because after that has been said and done, you will realize that it is us who speak down on our own. It is black women who speak down on black men whenever they are with the other race. It is also black men who speak down on black women whenever they are with the other race. I have never caught the other people actually speaking down on their own, regardless of them being in interracial relationships or not. And it is a thing that I see normally with us, which I don't know what to attribute it to. Should I attribute it to colonialism? Should I attribute it to slavery? I do not know, but I feel like somewhere within us we have it, and we'll be able to rectify this, and we'll be able to navigate life as a community without turning on each other.
Men are obsessed with seeing black women struggle. They do not feel like you're worthy or that you are worth anything until you struggle, because they have seen their black mothers struggle for their entire lives. I just left Ashlee Janae's Instagram page. When I tell you, the comments were so gut-wrenching and disturbing to even read. The whole comment section is full of black men saying, ha ha, that's what y'all get. Y'all said go where you're loved, right? They're literally bashing this young lady that passed away. They are calling black women every word in the book on there. And the saddest part about it all is the fact that there are white men in the comment sections literally proving our point when it comes to black men, saying, well, she's damned if she do, damned if she don't, because look at how y'all are even reacting to the fact that this black woman decided to go where she felt like she was loved at. If we were to circle back to my original statement, it almost feels like black men really want to see black women struggle to earn the type of love they feel like black women deserve. When black women easily are praised and they're easily loved and they're easily getting these materialistic things, it really bothers them. And so the only narrative they like to come up with is, oh, well, she's going to end up unalived anyway. Oh, why would you want to lay down with your master anyway? All of these things, they get so enraged. And what's so wild is those same black men will date outside their race because they don't like to be a man. And then all the excuses black men have for other black men, when you tell black men, oh, you know, I was in all toxic relationships when I was dealing with black men, and I was in DV situations and etc. Now they want to say, oh, you just don't know how to pick them. You was choosing little boys. That's your issue. Okay, well, why can't it be the same scenario when it comes to you, dating outside your race? Oh, but let y'all have 1-2 bad experiences with black women. Now it's all black women are the same. They all ghetto. They all ratchet. They all loud. They all do too much. Oh, they all force me to be a real man. Not to mention, okay, so if me picking is the issue out of all of this, okay, so what if I pick the perfect white man? What if I pick the perfect Asian man? What if I pick the perfect Chinese man? Now what? Like, what is the issue now? Like, it's like, bro, and what I find so crazy is black men don't got a problem with nobody else who date outside the race but their own kind. Literally. They don't have a problem with nobody else. Let an Asian chick decide to date outside her race. They not bothered by them. Why? Because it's none of their business. Just like black women, it is none of their business either.
At the end of the day, a tragic situation turned into entertainment, debate, and agenda pushing. And instead of asking better questions, people chose louder opinions. But here's the reality. Dating outside of your race won't save you. Dating within your race won't save you. If the mindset is the same, the outcome usually is too. And until people start being honest about that, we are going to keep having the same conversations, just with different headlines. Again, my condolences go to the family of the deceased, and I do hope that going forward, we're able to navigate such conversations with grace, especially in such a situation where a family has lost their loved one. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video, and I do not even know if this is the right video where I can say subscribe to my channel for deeper conversations like this, but anyway, do subscribe to this channel. And I did see a lot of you talking about my spatula. Let me tell you something. If you guys take me to 1,000 subscribers, I'm ditching the spatula. I'm actually buying a microphone holder. This is something I told myself, because I do know that sometimes I get hyper fixated on one thing and then I don't, continue doing it. I lose interest quickly. So I promised myself that if I'm consistent enough to get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm actually gonna get actual equipment. So hit that subscribe button, of course, for us to get equipment. I'll probably get a camera and of course a proper microphone holder. But that being said, let me know in the comment section if you do have other suggestions of uncomfortable topics that you feel like we should address and talk about. Thank you so much for all the love that you've been showing me. We are actually have gone up to 200 subscribers, and I don't take that for granted. Until my next one, see you. A quick insert. Now, I was about to go and remove my makeup, and then I remembered I didn't say this specific point clearly, or rather explain it thoroughly. I was talking about representation. I would say that beyond the issue that, well, black men are treating us this way, there is another underlying issue. And I'm not trying to make excuses for black women, not at all. So all I'm saying is the concept of a knight in shining armor. You guys remember the Disney movies and stuff like that. The representation that was there was that, well, the knight in shining armor would come with the blue eyes and curly hair, or whatever you want to call it. Where do you think the women that grew up being shown that picture went? These are the women that we walk amongst. I am that woman now as an adult. And in my mind, it has been ingrained that this is how a pure human being looks like. Just a couple of months ago, we were all flabbergasted by the Danish deception. And I have to say, I was very proud to see people breaking these issues down intellectually in a way that made us understand truly where these issues are deep-rooted, which is normally the inferiority complex, where we look at other races as superior to ours. And that is taught. That was taught indirectly, subtly. Growing up, it is the same. The same way with black men. I'm not just going to talk about the women. Let us also talk about the men. The same way that you guys, long hair, curly hair, there are certain things that you guys were presented growing up, and in your mind, that is what a princess looks like. And in your mind, that is what an attractive woman looks like. So you will see that it all comes down to the conditioning of our minds. And it makes me really sad when we turn around and fight each other. It makes me really sad when we together as a collective say that, well, these are just stereotypes. This is not what we are. But when it comes to us, on our own, we start to push the same stereotypes. We start to say, well, black men, don't like black women, or black men are not hard workers, or we turn around, black women are argumentative, black women. And it becomes a cesspool of nonsense, really, that we are spewing to each other instead of facing the real issues at hand, instead of advocating for representation for the future generations. That's what we should be focused on. But instead, we turn around and we fight each other. And we're not even able to extend sympathy when something like this happens to one of us. But then, am I blaming black men for reacting also the way that they are reacting? Absolutely not. Because, well, what happens is when we date outside of our race, we turn around, we point fingers at them, we call them unserious. So I do understand. But this is the same reaction that I also saw. I remember there was a case where a black man was unalived by his white girlfriend. And of course, the women were also reacting this way, saying that this is what you get for dating a snow bunny. And honestly, I feel like as a community, we can do better. And it starts with what? It starts with you fighting the urge to tweet or comment saying black women this, black men this. Address individuals as they are, because that is exactly how stereotypes are pushed, and we of all people should know better than to do that. I hope this insight was worth it. I'm sorry for my PJs, but I just had to get this in because I felt like it was an important piece.
I want to come off preachy, but I have a message on my mind because I'm seeing a lot of stories lately where these women are with white men and they end up getting. And I'm not promoting fear against a certain group of people, but I just have to warn black women, just because you have bad experiences with black men does not make all black men bad. And if you come with the idea that white is right, you're gonna get a lesson, because the problem is not with white. If we want to get preachy, the problem is with capitalism, right? But if we simplify it, the problem is with how men are raised to think in life and the ownership that a lot of them possess over women. Okay, so if you think that switching up race gonna change things, it's not. What's going to change things is the thinking that men are allowed to do. Like, they're allowed to be as sexist as they want to be. They're allowed to dominate the world the way they want to dominate, and that's where you need to think from. Because if you think say a white man not gonna beat you, you're up for your sad mistake.